The Sleepless King. Once upon a time, in the prosperous kingdom of Rajapur, there lived a wise and just king named Rajavarma. The kingdom flourished under his rule, with happy citizens, bountiful harvests, and peaceful times. However, despite his many virtues and successes, King Rajavarma had one troubling problem. He could not sleep. For months, King Rajavarma tossed and turned in his grand bed, unable to find any rest. He tried everything to cure his sleeplessness, drinking warm milk, listening to soothing music, even counting sheep. But nothing worked. The sleepless nights began to take a toll on him. He grew weary, his eyes dark and hollow, and he became irritable, affecting his ability to govern the kingdom. Queen Indira, the king's loving wife, was deeply concerned for her husband. She decided to call upon the royal physician, Dr. Sharma, to find a solution. Dr. Sharma, you must help the king. His sleeplessness is affecting his health and the kingdom's welfare, Queen Indira pleaded. Dr. Sharma, a learned man, examined the king thoroughly and prescribed various herbs and remedies, but to no avail. The king remained sleepless, and the situation grew more desperate. In his desperation, King Rajavarma called upon his most trusted advisor, Minister Raman. Raman was known for his wisdom and cleverness. Raman, I have tried everything, but I still cannot sleep. If this continues, I fear I will not be able to fulfill my duties as king, Rajavarma confessed. Raman thought deeply and then suggested, Your Majesty, perhaps the solution lies not in medicines or remedies, but in the stories and wisdom of our land. Let me seek out the wise sages and storytellers of our kingdom. They might have the answer to your problem. Minister Raman set out on his quest, traveling to every corner of the kingdom. He met with sages, storytellers, and wise men, collecting tales and advice. But none of their suggestions seemed to work for the sleepless king. One day, while traveling through a distant village, Raman met an old storyteller named Grandmother Jaya. She was renowned for her enchanting stories that could captivate anyone's heart. Grandmother Jaya, our king suffers from sleeplessness. I have tried everything but to no avail. Do you have any wisdom or stories that might help him? Raman asked. Grandmother Jaya smiled and said, I have a story that has soothed even the most troubled hearts. Bring the king to me, and I will tell him my special tale. Raman returned to the palace and told the king about Grandmother Jaya. That evening, King Rajavarma, accompanied by Queen Indira and Minister Raman, went to the village to meet her. Grandmother Jaya welcomed them warmly and began her story. Once upon a time, in a forest not far from here, there lived a small rabbit named Chiku. Chiku was a cheerful little creature, always hopping about and playing with his friends. But Chiku had a problem. He could not sleep at night. He tried everything, just like you, my king. He tried lying on soft leaves, listening to the night songs of crickets, but nothing worked. One day, Chiku met an old owl named Ajas. Ajas was wise and had seen many seasons come and go. Chiku told Ajas about his sleeplessness, and the old owl listened carefully. Ajas said, Chiku, you are always so busy hopping and playing that you never take the time to relax and enjoy the moment. You need to learn the art of mindfulness. Chiku was puzzled. "What is mindfulness, Ajas?" Ajas explained, "Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, aware of where you are and what you are doing. It helps calm the mind and body, making it easier to sleep." Ajas taught Chiku a simple technique. Find a quiet spot. Close your eyes and take deep breaths. Focus on the sound of your breath and the feeling of the ground beneath you. Let go of all your worries and just be present in the moment. Chiku practiced this every evening, and soon he found that his mind and body relaxed. He began to sleep peacefully through the night. The other animals were amazed and asked Chiku for his secret. Chiku shared Ajas's wisdom, and soon the whole forest was sleeping soundly. As Grandmother Jaya finished her story, King Rajavarma felt a sense of calm wash over him. He realized that he, too, needed to learn the art of mindfulness. That night, back in his palace, the king followed Ajas's technique. He found a quiet spot in his garden, closed his eyes, and took deep breaths. He focused on the sound of his breath and the feeling of the ground beneath him. Slowly, he felt his worries melt away. For the first time in months, King Rajavarma fell into a deep, restful sleep. The next morning, the king woke up feeling refreshed and rejuvenated. Queen Indira and Minister Raman were overjoyed to see him so well rested. "Your Majesty, you look like a new man," Minister Raman exclaimed. The news of the king's recovery spread quickly throughout the kingdom. The citizens rejoiced, for they loved their king and had been worried about his health. King Rajavarma was grateful to Grandmother Jaya and wanted to share her wisdom with the entire kingdom. He invited her to the palace and honored her with gifts and a place of respect. "Grandmother Jaya, your story has changed my life. I want everyone in my kingdom to benefit from your wisdom. Please stay with us and teach the art of mindfulness to our people," the king requested. Grandmother Jaya agreed and soon began holding sessions in the palace gardens, teaching mindfulness and storytelling to all who wished to learn. The practice spread quickly, and soon the entire kingdom of Rajaipur was filled with peace and contentment. With his newfound energy and clarity, King Rajavarma turned his attention to the betterment of his kingdom. He embarked on several new initiatives, such as improving irrigation for better agriculture, establishing schools for children, and creating shelters for the poor and needy. One day, a merchant named Vikram arrived at the palace with a plea for help. His caravans, which were crucial for trade, had been attacked by bandits in the mountains. "Your Majesty, these bandits are ruthless and have taken control of the mountain passes. Trade has come to a standstill, and our people are suffering," Vikram explained. King Rajavarma decided to take action. He called upon his generals and ministers to devise a plan. However, instead of using brute force, he remembered the lessons of mindfulness and cleverness. "Violence is not always the answer," he said. "We must find a way to outsmart the bandits." Minister Raman suggested sending a spy to gather information about the bandits. The king agreed, and a loyal soldier named Arjun volunteered for the task. Arjun disguised himself as a wandering minstrel and ventured into the mountains. He gained the trust of the bandits by entertaining them with songs and stories, while secretly gathering information about their hideout and plans. With the information provided by Arjun, King Rajavarma devised a clever plan. He sent a small group of soldiers, led by Arjun, to the bandits' hideout at night. They used ropes and nets to silently capture the bandits while they slept, avoiding any bloodshed. The next morning, the bandits were brought to the palace. The king addressed them sternly but fairly. "You have caused great suffering to my people. However, I believe in second chances. If you promise to reform and work for the betterment of the kingdom, you will be spared," Rajavarma declared. Grateful for the king's mercy, the bandits vowed to change their ways. They were given opportunities to work in the kingdom's various projects, helping to build roads and bridges. Under King Rajavarma's wise and compassionate rule, Rajaipur flourished like never before. The practice of mindfulness brought peace and harmony to the people, and the king's clever strategies ensured the kingdom's safety and prosperity. Queen Indira and Minister Raman stood by the king's side, supporting him in every decision. Grandmother Jaya's stories continue to inspire and teach valuable lessons to the people. To celebrate the kingdom's newfound peace and prosperity, King Rajavarma decided to hold a grand festival. Invitations were sent to neighboring kingdoms, and the palace was adorned with beautiful decorations. The festival was filled with music, dance, and delicious food. People from all walks of life came together to celebrate. There were competitions, games, and performances that showcased the talent and diversity of the kingdom. During the festival, a prince from a neighboring kingdom named Prince Arav arrived. He was impressed by the prosperity and happiness of Rajaipur and sought an audience with King Rajavarma. "Your Majesty, I am amazed by the peace and prosperity of your kingdom. I would like to learn from you and bring the same harmony to my own land," Prince Arav said. King Rajavarma welcomed Prince Arav warmly and shared the secrets of mindfulness and wise governance. A strong friendship blossomed between the two rulers, and they vowed to support each other in times of need. The bond between the two kingdoms grew stronger over time. They collaborated on various projects, such as building schools, hospitals, and trade routes. The people of both kingdoms benefited from this cooperation, leading to an era of unprecedented prosperity. King Rajavarma's sleepless nights were now a distant memory. He continued to practice mindfulness and lead his kingdom with wisdom and compassion. His journey from sleeplessness to peace became a legend, inspiring future generations. And so, the story of the Sleepless King from the Panchatantra teaches us the importance of mindfulness, wisdom, and compassion. Through the cleverness and unity of its characters, the story reminds us that even the most challenging problems can be solved with a calm mind and a kind heart. The adventures of King Rajavarma, Queen Indira, Minister Raman, and Grandmother Jaya continue to inspire the people of Rajaipur and beyond, spreading the message of peace, harmony, and the power of a good story. As the years passed, King Rajavarma's legacy grew. He established a school of mindfulness and storytelling, ensuring that the wisdom of Grandmother Jaya would be passed down to future generations. The school became a place where young and old alike could learn the art of living mindfully and harmoniously. The king also commissioned the creation of a grand library, where stories from all over the kingdom and beyond were collected. It became a treasure trove of knowledge and wisdom, open to all who sought to learn. One day, a young boy named Covey, who loved stories and learning, came to the school. He was fascinated by the tales of King Rajavarma and his adventures. Under the guidance of grandmother Jaya, who was now quite old but still full of life and wisdom, Covey learned the art of storytelling and mindfulness. Covey's passion and talent grew, and he became known as one of the finest storytellers in the land. He traveled far and wide, sharing the stories of Rajapur and the lessons of mindfulness. King Rajavarma, now older and wiser, looked upon his kingdom with pride. He knew that his legacy would live on through the stories and the lessons he had imparted. The kingdom of Rajapur continued to thrive, a testament to the power of wisdom, unity, and the timeless magic of a good story. And so, the story of the Sleepless King and his journey to peace and prosperity became a cherished tale in the annals of the Panchatantra, reminding all who heard it of the importance of mindfulness, wisdom, and the strength found in unity. The adventures of King Rajavarma, his wise advisors, and the people of Rajapur remind us that true peace and prosperity come from within, nurtured by wisdom, compassion, and the timeless power of stories. As long as there are storytellers like Covey and listeners who seek wisdom, the legacy of the Sleepless King will live on, inspiring generations to come.